Can I get closer to God by being good? Hi, my name is Kylie. I'm one of the student leaders here at the Chula Vista location. Here's what to expect today. We will open with a funny discussion, then do a fun challenge, and we can finally answer the question, can I get closer to God by being good? And lastly, we will end with a song that will help you reflect. See you guys soon.
What up, guys? Welcome to our service. My name is Yasmin, and I am super excited to be with you here today because we are going to be talking about one of my favorite topics, and that is TikTok. Guys, I am so obsessed with TikTok. I am literally on it way more than Instagram these days, and I know a lot of you guys have been watching TikTok as well. It's kind of been the thing to do during quarantine. But a lot of us have been expressing our emotions on TikTok about how we feel about quarantine. So I want to share with you guys a few of my favorite TikToks about quarantine. Here we go.
Here's how my life has changed since the coronavirus. So I live in California and they're starting to cancel school, make us work from home, and encouraging us to not go into large crowds. So in response to that, I don't go to the gym because germs, I watch Netflix and spend a lot of time on TikTok. I don't go to parties and I never have any friends over. So when I compare my old life to my coronavirus life, I realize they're exactly the same.
Last but not least is how is unemployment measured and what limits.
See the line where the sky meets the sea, it calls me, and no one knows how far it goes.
I hope it made more sense. Okay, so you have something. Okay, Professor, go ahead. Type your question. What is it? Of course you can go to the bathroom. Yes, you can. Okay.
So you guys heard that school's going to be canceled for 2 weeks. We're not just going to sit around and play video games and have fun. We're going to do jobs. You can have some fun, but we're going to do some extra jobs. So daily, these are the things you have to do. If you want to do extra, you can do extra. So like make your bed is one.
One what?
Well, that's where it gets tricky. It is a point. And guess what the point's
You
going
have
to
to
be
do
for?
15 points a day.
So this is what you have to do, and then if you want to do more, you can do this. Example, Lindsay, choose 2 jobs that you're gonna do.
Clean bathroom and straighten bathroom.
So you would get, come over here. You would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Can I have it in a long?
Yes, we can do it in a long thing.
I'm gonna go find as much toilet paper as I can.
Mom, you have
No, I've taken all the toilet paper out of the house, and you have to earn it.
What's up, Students United? Pastor Nick here, one of the pastors in the network from Torrey Pines campus, and I'm stoked to be with you tonight. We want to congratulate those that have started school online, my Chula Vista people, congratulations, and to those of you who are waiting to get started online, man, we know it's not the same as physically being together with your peers, and if you're watching on YouTube right now, we get it. It doesn't match being together at a midweek or on a Sunday where you get to experience the joy and energy in the room, but we want to just say that let's do that here. Let's be the best at being positive in this season. All right, if you are still tuning in and watching these videos, man, we want to we are so proud of how you are handling this and working and continuing to grow in your faith. And so tonight we're going to be going into a new series. The series that we're going to be jumping into is called Essentials, and we're going to be answering some great, crucial questions that a lot of people ask. The question that we are asking tonight or today, whenever you're watching, is this. All right? It's, can I get closer to God by being good? Crazy because me and Pastor Jake, we were talking about this. He did research, and this question is asked thousands of times on Google. So we want to answer this question for you guys today as best we can so that you can have more clarity as to what it means to be in a relationship with God. All right, whether you're just beginning your journey or you've been following Jesus for a while, we know that answering this question can be a benefit for you and even to those around you. All right, so maybe you get clarity on this question of, can I get closer to God by being good? All right, the whole purpose and focus of this is that we get clarity. Our goal is to be able to get down to the basics of what it means to follow Jesus. So let's dive in. Relationships, they're a part of life, okay? Whether you have your ride or dies, you have your crew, you have your best buddy, your BFF, whatever you want to call it, we all have those friendships. And I mean, I want you to just picture for me, y'all are going to McDonald's, y'all are going to In-N-Out Burger, y'all are going to somewhere to go eat, wherever the best spot is in your town of like the place, like the place where you get food. And you show up to this place, y'all sit down at the table, and your friend, like your BFF, they sit down at the table with you and slam on the table a list. And this list says, this is what you need to do to continue being friends with me. If you don't follow these rules, then we're going to have problems being friends. All right, with all that attitude too. And you look at that list, and on this list, you're like, hold up. Let me read this real quick. I think I can do it, but this might be a lot. So I'm gonna check it out. Can you imagine if someone did that? They put this list on front of you and it says these things. It says, you have to text me every hour. Rule number 1. Rule number 2, you have to share everything you post on Instagram or TikTok with me before you share it. Woo! And number 3, you have to call me at least twice a day. And number 4, you have to go to dinner with me at least once a week. Okay, this list, it just keeps going on and on. Some of you are able to do this already. Some of you already do this. Some of y'all have a healthy friendship in that. But to me, this seems like it's getting a little unhealthy, a little too extra. I don't know if you have any friends that are a little extra. I don't know. You can tag them down low. No, don't call people out on social media. But some of us have friends that are very extra. All right, where would the joy be in this friendship if it was demands like this? I mean, like, if I don't follow these guidelines, are you going to unfriend me? Cool. Like, I don't know if I could hold to those standards of friendship. Not that I'm trying to not be your friend, but because the demand of a healthy friendship is at the cost of performing for that person. And I don't know if we can have healthy relationships if there's that type of demand. Great relationships are built on freedom and trust and not these impractical standards, okay? What about a relationship with Jesus, okay? Many of you probably want a genuine, deep relationship and connection with Jesus, the creator of the universe. If you're watching right now and you're searching, all right, you're asking yourself that question of, can I get closer to God by being good? I'm so excited to jump into this because you can have a deeper relationship and connection to Jesus, the creator, all right? But it can sometimes feel bogged down with all these rules and unfair guidelines on our lives. So what do we do with that when we do feel like being in a relationship with God is like a list of things that we have to accomplish and perform, otherwise we're not going to be seen as worthy of relationship with God, all right? Maybe you don't feel like you're doing good enough in life, so that there's no way you could equate that to having a healthy relationship with God. We're going to jump into that, all right? Last week we talked in Essentials about how we're saved by grace and not works. In the book of Ephesians, Paul says it so well. It says this, "For it is by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not from yourselves, it is the gift of God, not by works, so that no one can boast." All right, if you could do it, you could boast about it. And this relationship with Christ, it is all through him. Jesus made the sacrifice to be in relationship with us all the way. He made all the sacrifice. He took that ability for us to sacrifice so that we could have him. Like, he did it. And there's something that he asked for us to do in order to solidify that relationship with him that we're going to get into in just a little bit. But ultimately, salvation comes through Jesus' grace alone and not by our works. Jesus anticipates a relationship with anyone that chooses him, all right? He is a great Savior, all right? He leans in and finds those that are searching for him. He's about us. He's about those who have questions, all right? Your questions are never too much for God, okay? But here's where so many people get caught up in approaching religion and pursuing truth in Jesus, all right? If I am a good person, then I can work my way into heaven and into a relationship with Jesus. And the lie is that it's that It's what we have to offer Jesus, and we miss what Jesus offered us, okay? Maybe this is why religion and truth has been a struggle for you at times. I know it's been a struggle for me because there's been times where, man, I've been doing a lot of bad things, man. I gotta work my way back into favor with Jesus. I gotta work my way back into like what it feels like to be a Christian. I mean, it's okay to have conviction, but man, if you're hearing these voices going on in your head, man, you gotta know that they're the right voices. You gotta know if it's truth or not. Maybe you've been seeing religion as a rewards program. The more, it's like a punch card. I did this right, I get a punch for that. I do this, it's not like that. This is going to take all the joy out of following Jesus if we have to constantly perform to gain his favor and to gain his blessing. Perhaps one of the biggest false fallacies is this: God will do things for you if you do things for him. It's all about what you do for him that makes him want to love you more, all right? Going on missions trips, being at the church all the time, and then guess what? You'll get blessed. If you do those things, you'll get blessed. I know and have friends that unfortunately through life events, they've had a rough life and they've backslid so many times. And you know what they do? They totally crucify themselves when they don't understand who was crucified for them. And that's where we have to understand what Jesus' life, what Jesus has to offer means to us, all right? The reason why this is dangerous, God will do things for you if you do things for him. The reason why that's dangerous, there's two things I want to talk about here, all right? Number one, relationships should never be transactions. Real love doesn't come from this for that mentality. Real love comes from spontaneous serving with no expectation or anything in return. I don't know if you've ever heard this term before, but it's used widely when we talk about Jesus. And if you've never experienced this before, it's time for you to experience this. It's called unconditional love. I'm going to say it again. Unconditional love with a clap, because this is what you need to know about unconditional love. No matter what you do, it is not based on the terms of the mistakes of your life. Jesus loves you no matter what. He loves me. This is why I've chosen to believe and trust and put my faith in Jesus, because unconditional love says that, you know what? I see your mistakes. I see your letdown. I see that you're going to let me down, but you know what? I'm still going to love you unconditionally. There's nothing you can do to change my love towards you. That is a God worth believing in. That is a Jesus worth following. All right. And number two, all right, if we believe God will do things for you if you do things for him, it takes all the joy out of following Jesus. When there's no joy in following Christ left, other people can see that, all right? When there's no joy in it anymore, what's the point of following it? Okay, this is not about works. This is not about how much you can lift and put in the back of the truck so that God can be happy with you. This is about understanding that Jesus has done it all and that we have to do this one thing. Let's jump into this. Check out what Paul says in Galatians. So again, I ask, does God give you his spirit and work miracles among you by the works of the law or by you believing what you heard? Here's what it means to live for Jesus well. Believe. Simply walk in faith. Joy comes from saying, okay, Jesus, I place my faith in you today. So what's next? Let's read this again. Let's hear this again. I want you to hear this again, because this is where we get so caught up when we ask that question, if I do good, will that mean I believe in God? If I do works, will that? God doesn't do for us when we do for him. God works in and through us when we place faith in him. So if you want Jesus, if you want Jesus, you ask him into your heart once. You ask him into your heart. You say, Lord, I know that my life has led me down these different paths, but I choose to follow you. I ask for forgiveness. I ask you, the creator of this universe, to come into my heart and be the Lord of my life. I receive you, I accept you, and I choose to follow you. You do that. That's part one. And then the other part of that, all right, if you want to experience him, daily choose to walk in faith and trust in him. Relationship with the creator of the universe is not as complicated as you may know it or as you've heard other people talk about it. All right? Relationship with the universe is a simple, yes, I believe in you. And when you wake up, I choose to have faith in you today. All right? Remember the list. There was a list earlier that I gave you about what it means to be in a relationship with someone, all right? We put it on the table, and on this table, here's the things you have to do in order to be in a relationship with me, all right? There was all those different things. You gotta text me about, what you're posting on TikTok. You gotta let me know where you're at. We gotta eat together every single day. All of these different things. You probably do a lot of this stuff with your friends already, but why? Because that's what it means to have a good being in a good relationship with someone means that it's healthy and they're not asking you to do things that are following this standard that if you don't follow it, then you're a failure. All right? Here's the truth. We don't work for God to get things from him. We live for God out of the fact that he intentionally gave everything to be in relationship with us. All right? I want to end it with this. Being in a relationship with Jesus is not as complicated as the world would put it, as religion around the world would put it. Being in a relationship with Jesus is simple. You ask him into your heart, and I want you to do this. When you wake up in the morning, I want you to pray this prayer. It's a daring prayer. It's a big prayer. Okay, in the midst of answering this question of, can I get closer to God by being good? All right? I want you to do this. I want you to wake up every morning and pray this prayer. Jesus, I put my faith in you today. Show me where we're going, and I'm all in. That's it. Pray that when you wake up. Jesus, I put my faith in you today. Show me where we're going. I'm all in. Just watch what Jesus does in your life when you pray that prayer. All right? I want us to go and live after Christ because of what he has done for us. Don't go out there and think that you have to perform for him. Go out there believing that he has something for your life. I know it says in the word that delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. All right, so we're praying for you. We want you to live a life full of faith. So we want to thank you for watching with us today. If you decided to make a decision to follow Jesus, we have something for you. We want to connect with you. One of us pastors here want to talk to you. So all you need to do is text New Start to 67076. We want to talk to you and we want to jump in this relationship with you and answer more of those crazy questions that I had that you may have. All right, we're going to jump into the next person. Kylie has got something for us, so we'll see you soon.
I am so thankful God loves me without condition. We are about to sing the song Love Goes On. One of my favorite lyrics from that song is, "Your arms are forever opened wide." It just shows that God is always welcoming us and he will always love us with all his heart. Let's take a moment to reflect together.
Stand strong for all of time in the joy, in the trial. You are the beginning and the end. Your love goes on. Your love goes on. Ever our heart will seek Jesus in everything, from sky to ocean deep. Your love goes on. Through every rise and fall, we goes on. Your love goes on. Ever our heart will seek Jesus in everything. From sky to ocean deep, your love goes on. Oh, through every rise and fall, we are forever yours. One thing we know is sure, your love goes on and on and on. Oh, your love goes on. It never failing. Love unfailing, never shaking. Hope awakens in you. 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 Ever our heart will seek Jesus in everything. From sky to ocean deep, your love goes on. Through every rise and fall, we are forever yours. One thing we know is sure, your love goes on and on and on. Ever our heart will seek Jesus in everything. From sky to ocean deep, your love goes on. Oh, through every rise and fall, we are forever yours. One thing we know is sure, your love goes on and on and on. It never failing. Your love goes on.
I've been in the group for many years. I've made so many close friends from being in that group. If you want to make more friendships, text groups to 67076 and we can help you get connected to other students in your same grade. Thanks for tuning in and see you in one of our groups.